Welcome to Lecture 4, Anatomic Directions. The first thing we want to talk about is directional terms. These are terms that are used to precisely describe the relative positions of structures within the body. The directional terms use anatomic position as the point of reference. The first two is posterior and anterior. Posterior means toward the back and anterior means toward the front or belly. You can see these terms that are in parentheses. They are used interchangeably in bipedal organisms. Next is proximal and distal. Proximal means closest to the point of attachment, and distal means further from the point of attachment. These are most often used with the appendages, the arms and legs. Superior versus inferior. Superior is toward the head, and inferior is toward the feet. Superficial versus deep. Superficial is toward the skin surface, and deep is toward the inner tissue. Lastly, we have medial versus lateral. Medial is toward the midline of the body, and lateral is away from the midline of the body. Here's a picture showing the different anatomical directions: anterior versus posterior, superior versus inferior, medial versus lateral, and proximal versus distal. The human body can be partitioned into several different regions, the two being the axial region and the appendicular region. The axial region includes the head, neck, and trunk, and the appendicular region is composed of the upper and lower limbs, or the arms and legs. These regions can also be broken down into several smaller ones. Here is an anterior view, or a view from the front, of the regions of the body. These are surface regions. They are things such as the nasal or oral, axillary or brachial, palmar or digital, patellar, pubic, pelvic, thoracic, broken down into sternal, pectoral, and mammary, or things such as the orbital. In addition to the anterior regions, we also have posterior regions as well. Here are some of the posterior regions: cranial, thoracic, olecranial, sacral, femoral, popliteal, brachial, and deltoid or occipital. The best way to learn these is to have a diagram present and then simply try to label them.